How is everybody doing today?
I am doing well.
Good to hear, Draco. So yeah, welcome everybody to the new 52. If you've not been part of one of these before, we're basically going to go over how a different game system works. Since I don't advocate Dungeons and Dragons as much anymore, and hopefully not at all here in the near future. But yeah, we're gonna run down how this particular game system works. We're gonna make characters, and we may actually try out a couple of example scenarios to get an understanding as to how this game works and evolves and grows. So yeah, with me today we've got Draco from the Tuesday game, and
Hello there.
yeah, we're gonna have a good day today. We're gonna have some fun. So, Legend of the Five Rings is a excuse me. Legend of the Five Rings is a very historically Japanese inspired setting. The system runs off of a D12 and D6 success and failure system, which I'll go over how that works here shortly. But this game is very lore dependent. The way this system works is very lore dependent for its setting, to the point where the first thing you have to do in character creation is figure out which of the 7 clans that exist in the world does your character belong to. So this particular system is not very homebrew friendly, I think is the right way to put it. But it does offer a very different style of storytelling from what I've seen of multiple other TTRPGs. That this one offers a samurai drama style of storytelling. The entire, and we'll go over it as we go in, but you guys will see that there's supposed to be conflictions in your character between what they hold dear to themselves and what they hold duty to. And a game master will go through this storytelling to put these conflicts on these characters to see how they would grow and develop and possibly even break under the pressure, which is a mechanic. We'll get into it. It's really interesting. So yeah, the best way we can do this is we'll jump right into characters. But as I said previously, there has to be an understanding of what the world, of how the world operates. So I'm going to spend the next little bit just kind of gushing over the lore and how everything comes together. So bear with me as I do a lore dump for this system. So, in the time of this world's creation, there were 8 gods that fell from the sky. Born of Mother Sun and Father Moon, they fell from the sky and started to live amongst the mortals. Realizing that inevitably their time on this world would be limited, they began to form households. And in time, those households grew into the 7 great clans, with the 8th god taking the role of emperor. My mouse keeps fucking up. There we go. The great clans consist of not just their title and the god that represents them, but also, I'm sorry, the god that they represent, but also what their role is in the world. So to start off, you have the emperor, and you have the emperor's family. These people are the ruling body. You cannot make a character that is of the Emperor's family. It is not an option when you make your character. That said, this is the central power of the world. This is where individuals that are influential on the Emperor's family or have a lot of diplomatic pull when at court generally help determine a lot of the flow and decisions of the country as a whole. The immediate bodyguards to the Emperor are the Lion Clan. It is the core military of the country. And arguably the strongest. And I say arguably because there are a couple clans that would argue that the Lion is not as strong as it seems. But the Lion Clan are the primary military might of the country. You have the biggest, I guess, the loudest individuals to argue that the Lion is not the strongest would be the Crab Clan. And the Crab Clan are builders and the guardians of a massive wall on one border of the realm that their entire purpose as a clan is to stop creatures and horrible things in the Shadowlands from breaking into the lands of Rokugan. They are the, quite frankly, first line of defense against the horrors of the, I don't say of the outside world, but of the tainted Shadowlands, which is a very specific region where a demon fell from the sky at the same time the gods did, and has been wreaking very foul influence within those lands and trying to spread it into Rokugan. But not all of the clans are about war. Such as the Dragon Clan, a group of monastic monks that very rarely get involved in direct confrontations with anybody. And usually if the monks do come down from the mountain, there's usually some incredibly weird shit going on that they feel like they have to deal with, either in a military fashion or diplomatically. The monks of the Dragon Clan typically stick to themselves unless there is need for them to do something. There are the very refined and diplomatic people of the Crane Clan. The Crane Clan are known to be shrewd negotiators. I would say a majority of the diplomatic might in the country is with the Crane Clan. Not to say that other clans aren't capable of doing it. It's just that the Crane does not consider other clans to be as refined as they are. To the point where even their military might is almost reliant on one-on-one duels. Because it is a more refined combat than simply slamming armies into each other. Okay, who have I named so far? Because I don't want to get off. I don't want to go off on a tangent for too long about any one clan. I did Lion. I did Crab. I did Crane.
Lion,
I did Dragon.
Crab, Crane, Dragon.
Okay, so that
You
leaves
just missed Phoenix, Scorpion, and Unicorn.
Oh, okay. The Unicorn Clan is another military force, but they're not a central military force like the Lion or a location-dependent force. They are a nomadic group of cavalry. When the gods initially fell to the earth and they started living amongst the mortals, one of the gods decided, I'm going to go see what the rest of this world has to offer. and he took his family and left. It was only recently, in the last couple of 100 years or so, that this family has returned to Rokugan and are considered expert cavalrymen. And picked up a lot of techniques and skills from what other members of Rokugan would call Gaijin. The outsiders. Pretty much outsiders to Rokugan that are not straight up monsters. Now, I've mentioned that there are monsters. So there has to be magic, right? The Phoenix clan is predominantly most skilled at the Shugenja arts, a series of priestly abilities that allow them to commune with spirits and perform various magical acts. There are also, and these may not be specific to the Phoenix clan, but there are also magical techniques that are inspired from the Shadowlands, and I forget what those individuals are called. I think they're called it starts with an M. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I will find it. Miho? No, that doesn't sound right when I say it out loud. We'll get around to it. And the 7th clan, Maho, thank you. Those individuals are called Maho.
Yeah, it's on the technique types.
Yeah. And the 7th clan, and the clan I find arguably the most interesting, is the Scorpion clan.
Well, how dare you and I have the same opinion?
When the gods were created, or well, not when they created, but when the empire was being formed, the emperor turned to the founder of the Scorpion clan and said, look, there's an understanding that we have about how these mortals behave. If we allow them to do as they see fit, they will try to tear each other apart. So I need someone to be the central antagonist to everyone in the land while they're still inside of it. I need you to be my villain. So the Scorpion clan is, to a detriment, about loyalty, but are also the most skilled in ninjutsu and clandestine affairs. And I think that's all 7.
It is indeed.
So with that information laid out, the rest of it we can just pick up as we go, or as we determine what we want to do with these characters. But when you go to play Legend of the Five Rings, you are playing as one of the samurai of this world. Now, samurai just refers to a position, the position rather than the soldier. You are a lord, or you are the son of a lord. You are a prominent enough social position that you are not a peasant. You have prominent enough standings where you can viably go to these courts. Maybe not have a voice in these courts, but can viably go to these courts and not be viewed as, well, immediately viewed as a peasant. Or as beneath most of the people that are there. And this can consist of either being a traditional samurai warrior, or having training in ninjutsu, or being trained as a diplomat, or being trained in Shugenja. It's just important to recognize that you come from a prominent enough, that your character comes from a prominent enough family and has a prominent enough standing that they are not just some peasant. And this will be the case for every character that you make in this system. And there are breakdowns for families in each clan that you can choose to be a part of, depending on what skill set you want to take up, or what following you wish to have. So for starters, so let's say even if you want to be a Lion Clan member, you can still take up ninjutsu skills, or you can still take up Shugenja skills, even if you are still a member of the Lion. So, for my character, well, I say for my character, when you're making a character in Legend of the Five Rings, you see I have this brown worksheet up. This is the 20 questions worksheet. There are 20 questions that you will answer to determine pretty much every aspect of your character to help understand how, not just how your character is constructed, but also how you want you to play your character. Because a lot of this game's development and even its level gains are very, very dependent on role-playing. So, to start off, we ask our first question. What clan does your character belong to? Draco, what clan does your character belong to?
Scorpion.
Scorpion? Okay, I'm gonna go with the Lion Clan, just because I've been using them for an example. I'm gonna go with the Lion Clan.
+1 Aaron.
So when you gain, sorry, I'm trying to find the actual listing I'm looking for. So when you choose what clan you get, you gain a particular ring increase and a skill increase. And we'll go over how this works. Your starting values for all of this, these being all of your skills on the left-hand side of your sheet, and along the top these are your rings. These are your central attributes that will determine all things otherwise. Keep clicking off. So for, let me see, you said Scorpion, you already pulled your stat for that, right?
Yep, +1 air and +1 to skullduggery.
Okay. And then for Lion Clan, I get +1 to water, so that becomes a 2. And I get +1 to tactics. Which basically, yeah, and we'll go over how these work later on. It also determines your starting status. And status is one of your 3, I would say, core stats. Like in Dungeons and Dragons, you have health points. And while there is still a wound system in this game, it is still possible for your character to be killed. It is not because they will receive so many points of damage. It is more likely that they are going to suffer a blow to their honor, or a blow to their standing, or a blow to their personal view of themselves. And that is what makes this style of storytelling so interesting to me. Like, yes, your character can be killed in combat, but it is more adequate to say that the conflict is coming from the inter-conflict within each samurai character. So we've answered our first question. What clan does your character belong to? I'm of the Lion, you're of the Scorpion. There's actually a fantastic story that I know in this universe. I'm going to sneeze. Between those two clans. And while I look for the next fucking section, I'm going to tell it. So, there is in the Grand Courts, which occurs every winter. In the Grand Courts, there is a debate going on between a member of the Lion Clan and a member of the Scorpion Clan. What is more important, loyalty or duty? The Lion Clan responds, duty is more important than loyalty. Because you cannot have loyalty without duty. And Scorpion says, You cannot have loyalty without duty. Are you certain about that? Lion says, they are simply one and the same. So the scorpion turns to his bodyguard and tells him, cut my head off. Without a moment of hesitation, the bodyguard draws his sword, cuts off the head of the scorpion diplomat, and then commits seppuku. And it was a very powerful message to everybody in that chamber because it represented, hey, he was loyal enough to automatically follow my order no matter what it was. It was only after failing his duty to protect me did he kill himself. So, politics are fun. Politics get very fun in Rokugan when the Scorpion get involved. So,
Look, the Scorpion are the master of politics.
the next question you'll ask is, what family do you belong to? And each clan has 4 prominent families inside of it. In the case of the Scorpion clan, you have the Bayushi family, with Bayushi being the founding god of that clan. And their information is listed on, what is that, page 54? It'll be 55 on the PDF.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm still looking for my lion families.
I think
them.
it's like 2. Yeah, it's 2 above Scorpion.
Okay. Yeah, I passed them when I was telling my story. So my available families consist of the Akodo family, the Akodo being the founding family of the Lion Clan. And they are your military leaders. They are the strategists and tacticians of this world. The Akoma family, which are considered prominent storytellers. The Kitsu family, who are known for being traditional and conservative, even amongst other lion members. But it is almost solely because they are... a lot of their bloodline is mingled with otherworldly beings and spirits. And the Matsu family is considered the largest when it comes to military power. They are the... I'm trying to think of the best way I can put it, but they are the significant military power, while the Akodo family are the warrior scholars. So I'm going to pick the Matsu family. So I'm just going to play a beat stick of a character.
I am going to go with the Bayushi family.
Okay, and let's see. How does you have it pulled up? You want to go ahead and list how they be?
They're how they be is in gameplay benefits or just lore.
I was gonna go over lore. Yeah.
Yeah, no. The Bayushi family are basically they are the trying to figure out how to word this. Well, it says the sinister side of power, using the arts of blackmail, poison, and seduction to control the enemies of the Empire, all while dancing a fine line to avoid falling to true villainy themselves. They are the one. They're like the primary ones who try to play up themselves as villains in the eyes of
Hi
people.
Agmo, have you seen the Nintendo Direct? Well, I'm hyped Metroid Prime Remake.
I have not seen the Nintendo Direct because I don't own a Switch, and therefore Nintendo Direct means nothing to me. I've also not played Metroid Prime, so there's no hype there for me. Hi, Roxas, how are you doing?
I mean, the Octopath Traveler 2 demo drops today, so I'm going to be checking that out later.
I can't wait to see if that's ever going to drop for PC.
The demo, probably not.
The demo, probably not. The game, eventually, hopefully.
Octopath Traveler 1 did, so 2 might.
It just took it a few years. Anyway, so for your increases for your family, clearly you get to choose. So for Matsu family, I can pick either to increase my earth or fire. I'm going to increase fire because that's more associated with overpowering. No, actually, I'm going to pick earth. I'm going to switch that up. I'm going to pick earth for this.
I think I'm going to go with air. Bring that up to 3.
Okay. And then you get both of the skills that are listed on
Yep.
on your skill
Design and
increases.
courtesy.
I get command and fitness. Now, I need to point out, in character creation, you cannot level one of your rings up above 3.
Okay.
And your family also determines your starting glory. Like, you start with 44 glory, I also start with 44 glory.
Where is the money? So I can put that down.
Starting wealth will be at the bottom of the page. Nope, that's experience.
Okay.
I'm wrong.
It's
should
near
be
the
on
bottom
page
of
2.
page 2. And then I get 8 koku. I assume that is bronze.
No, Koku is gold.
Ah, okay. 1 koku is 5 bu, which is 50 zeni.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I have 400 copper.
Effectively. And you're probably wondering what is the actual basis for currency on this, and I have an answer to that. If I am recalling my information correctly, 1 koku, because this entire country's currency is based on rice. If your people cannot be fed, your country is not prosperous. So therefore, the value of money that is established is based entirely on rice. If I'm remembering... If I'm remembering the lore correctly... Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to find it. There we go. Currency Rokugan uses is coinage known as koku, which theoretically represents the amount of rice needed to feed one peasant for 1 year. So each koku is worth 5 bushels of rice. And each clan mints its own coins. So price rates change very regularly. Okay, so what's our next let's see. Yeah, we got our starting glory.
Roll and school.
Roll and school. So,
What is your character's school and what role do they fall in? Does that school fall into?
so when you're determining what school, you're basically determining what your class is going to be. And each clan has their own set of schools. In this game, skills consist of kata skills, which are considered combat skills, Kiho skills, which are considered spiritual involvements. Do I have that right? I don't feel like I have that right.
What? Let me...
Yeah, Kiho skills would be spiritual if I'm remembering this correctly. 183. Yeah, spiritual techniques. Yeah, I'm not crazy.
Oh, it's key. Let's see.
See if I can find my page again. I should have marked down what it was before I started scrolling away. So we have kata combat skills. We have Kiho Sorry I'm late. Just woke up. My alarm didn't go off. That's all right, Skittle. We're still pretty early on this because I had spent like 20 minutes talking about how the starting lore of this universe works. Come on, scroll up the rest of the way. There we go. So yeah, kata combat techniques, Kiho spiritual techniques, invocations, which are also considered spiritual techniques, but are actual, are more... I just know them as additional spiritual techniques. Rituals, which take time to actually use. Shuiji. If I'm reading that correctly, I don't think I am, because it's very small
It's
text.
Shuji.
Shuji, yeah, okay. Yeah, the way it was zoomed out, I couldn't quite see it. Shuji,
Yeah.
which is your diplomatic techniques. Maho, which is black magic, effectively. And ninjutsu, which is exactly what it sounds like.
You know, the real reason we're all here.
Yeah, the real reason you're here, maybe. So when
Nah.
you... So when you make your... When you go to make your character, your school is going to determine what your abilities that you're going to be as you level up are. And each clan has a set number of schools that you can choose between. I think each one has 4 or 5.
Starting techniques?
Schools.
Or...
Starting schools.
Oh, each clan has 4 starting schools. I see.
Yeah. You'll have to scroll through a few of them to figure out which one you want to go with. But generally the school will be... Generally the school itself will be very self-explanatory for what skills you'll gain from it. Hello, hello, how's it going? Hey, Babu, how are you doing? I'm going to move this over to the side so I can actually read chat. I had my PDF blocking chat. I apologize.
I have to scroll far for Scorpion.
Yeah, yeah.
Because each different school has its own page.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Found it.
Cracking my head doing a movie analysis, and then I pop in here to see Avatar: The Last Airbender plus Void. Yeah, we're learning the Legend of the Five Rings system, which is a very Japanese-inspired samurai drama style of a TTRPG.
Yeah, just gonna go Shosuro Infiltrator.
Okay. I am going to go...
School.
Yeah, the way I've been building this character, it may be better for me to go for the Akodo Commander School. Or the Matsu Berserker School, which will level me out a little bit better. But also line me a little bit deeper into combat. Because they don't have too much in the name of intellect.
You said that during character creation rings can't go above 3, correct?
Rings cannot go above 3, that is correct.
Okay. That means I am going to put my Bayushi ring point into fire then, because the Shosuro Infiltrator gives me +1 to air and +1 to fire.
Yep. Okay, so I am going to go with the Akoto Commander School, which is going to make my Earth and Water 3. I also get to choose 5 skills. I'm going to pick... I already have one in command. I don't feel like I need another one in command. I also already have one in government, so... Martial arts melee. I am a soldier. I want to be able to use my sword.
Arts unarmed.
I'll take a +1 in government. Sorry, I just have a bunch of news and I have no one to tell. Oh, because the 3DS and the Wii U store is closing down because they're re-releasing everything. Yeah, that's Nintendo's shtick. That's Nintendo's shtick. I'm assuming we're gonna get another remake of Pokemon Red and Blue before too fucking long.
Well, like 3 Legend of Zelda games are getting put on the Nintendo Switch Online emulator shit.
Mm-hmm. Man, if only they can get their fucking N64 emulator to work correctly, I would give a shit.
Yeah, they're
Why is it
adding
fan-made emulators work better than the official shit? Like, what the fuck?
yeah, they're adding Game Boy and Game Boy Color to the non-Plus subscription, and then Game Boy Advance to the Plus subscription.
Just remembered I have to print this out. I don't have a printer, and it's due tomorrow morning. Oh, no,
Oh
Babu.
no! Really? The fucking the Shinobi School does not have does not do. Oh wait, yes it does. Never mind me. I was about to say I don't see ninjutsu and techniques available,
Yeah, it's because they'll be
but no, it's
marked.
just under starting technique.
Yeah, yeah.
I
College is so
have
fun. I
kata,
love it here, having a breakdown. Yep.
I
Yep.
have kata rituals and shuji are my available ones.
All right, what else we have here? We have...
Let's see. The technique
Well, hang
stuff
on.
is
What did
on
I...
page
I
2,
didn't...
right?
Yeah, they should be listed on the... on the thing. I still need to finish making my stuff. I only took 2 skills so far. I need to take 3 more. I guess I'll take 1 in martial arts ranged. I don't really want to... Yeah, I'll take 1 in meditation, just to see. And I guess I'll take another one in command.
I have to find out what these shuji skills do. I get Whispers of Court or Sensational Distraction.
Also, YouTube I watch got the account hacked and now crypto scams are streaming on it. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so I've got my school. I get my... Where do we write down skills? Or is that on the next page?
Techniques is on the next page.
Okay, techniques is on the next page. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, combat skills are closer to the top, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So I get... Striking as water, which is a... No, sorry, that's a technique. I write that down here. Striking as water. And...
okay, there it is. Let's see. Whispers of Court. Activation as a scheme action, you may take a courtesy air check, targeting
Lord of
each
Horde of
character in
War.
TN of this check is lowest vigilant among your targets. If you succeed, you create a rumor that sweeps across the room like a storm. Everyone in the scene hears it, and characters with vigilance lower than your bonus successes, even come to give it some credence. Spreading a rumor is your social objective in an intrigue. You score rhetorical points equal to your air ring plus your bonus successes. But most of them sensational distraction.
I would love to join a new 52 one of these days, but I don't even know how to play TTRPG games, and it would take really long to explain to me. Well, we generally start by going over making characters, and then as you make the characters, you get a better understanding of how the actual game plays. And then we'll go over examples of how the game would actually be played.
I'll keep those first. And then Path of Shadows, school ability. Would that go in skills or?
School ability is actually listed on its own. It's to the right of your skills.
Right my. Oh, on page 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
School ability. The right of my skills?
So, on your page 2.
Oh, on page. I went back
Right
to
here.
page 1. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting tired of my mouse doing that. Also, my Wi-Fi would probably suffer and die midway. I mean, yeah, probably. Sucks I can't eat solid food. That does suck. I can relate with that.
I assume the one I'm writing down now is only the first of my school abilities.
I do believe there are
Assuming I get
other
more.
school abilities that you can gain access to later.
Alright. Well, considering this is just demo stuff, I will, if I need to go look at it, I can just Control F and find it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure when you pick your school, and I need to go up and look.
I also
think I
get
went
a
up too far. No, I
starting
didn't go
out.
far enough. Fuck me. Yeah, your starting outfit is your starting equipment.
I would put that. Where?
Okay. So how
I assume I
the...
would put that in gear.
Yeah. So how the, that table there next to your... or that longer table next to your school's information works is as you gain experience, you spend experience on gaining these skills. Or what have you. So, I think that covers that. I'm going to try and jump down a few pages, see if I can find the next question on here. And I believe the question is, how does your character stand out within their school? Just trying to get through it. Just trying to get through it. Oh yeah, outside of those standard schools, you can choose to take a Ronin path. But I'm not going to do that one.
Neither will I.
Yeah.
If I were to do
So anyway.
that, I would not go Scorpion School or Scorpion Clan.
How does your character stand out within their school? And this is more of a free ring increase of your choosing. You can show creativity, passion, or drive, and increase your fire. You can increase your wind by showing grace, eloquence, or empathy. I'm going to shuffle this over so I can go back to the first page, because that's where my stats are. You can increase your water ring by showing adaptability, friendliness, or awareness. You can increase your earth ring by showing thoroughness, patience, or calm. Or you can increase your void ring by showing self-awareness, insight, or perhaps a level of knowledge and mysticism.
Hmm. Well, I can't do fire and air.
Why not? Oh, because they're already maxed out.
Yeah, I'm already at 3 for each. Um, Probably do void. Uh, there we go. Self-awareness.
Now, God damn it. Now, that's not going to be listed on your sheet anywhere, but that's okay.
Hmm?
It's really just a means for you to increase how your character's skills a little bit higher.
Oh, the standing within the school. I see.
Yeah,
Could just put it in like the notes on page 2,
you could.
but
So, we now jump to the second question. Or, I'm sorry, the fifth question, the second page of this thing. Who is your lord and what is your character's duty to them? Because you play as a samurai, you serve somebody.
indeed. So
Is
let's
the individual
see.
for whom you have shown your fealty directly. While your samurai's lord might in turn have a lord of their own, your character's oath to their lord is directly rather than the hierarchy in which they exist. Considering, and I'm going to scroll ahead on this a little bit.
This is one you could homebrew.
This is one you could homebrew. Yeah, you can pretty much make up an individual as you see fit. I would say the lord that I follow would probably be a young son of the Lion Clan of the Akodo family. And so you would then be determined your Giri. So on your first page, you have your
Yep.
Ninjo and your Giri. I'm trying to find the actual thing. So your Giri is going to be what is your priority to pursue the story? What is a goal that your lord would What is a goal that your lord would ask you to try and complete? And you can't it wouldn't be wise to pick something grandiose like say the destruction of another clan, but perhaps something a little more along the lines of in the case of my character, just going to read through it here. It would be more dependent on what type of class you are. So I might be since I'm a Bushi character, a combatant, I might be given tasks suited to bodyguards, guards, soldiers, magistrates, executioners, or generals. So I'm actually going to take some inspiration from history here, and I'm going to find talented soldiers to join the Akodo army.
I'd go pretty basic with mine.
Yeah.
The tactical annihilation of corruption in the homeland.
Okay, so you're looking for an annihilation of corruption in the Scorpion clan, then?
Scorp Not in the Scorpion clan, but like since Scorpion clans like be the villains while getting rid of the actual people who lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're back. Are we live again? I'm showing we're live again. Okay.
Let me check.
Fucking shit, dude. That was a
Yes,
nightmare.
we are live. Oh, hey, my sheet isn't broken this time.
Hey. Okay. Fucking wizard's pissing me off. Anyway, what was our next... So, I was going to say, shinobi characters are usually hired assassins and infiltrators, but they usually have a cover guise that they can
Yeah.
employ. A shinobi's giri is almost always a secret. A player of a shinobi should also decide what their character's outwardly stated giri is when selecting their true objective.
Oh, auto stuff inputs.
Now, that's not specific to Scorpion, that's specific to shinobi. But I'm pretty sure you went into... Did I not write down my school? I did not write down my school. I went for the Akodo Command School, and I am rank 1. My role is Bushi.
Here we go. There's the outwardly stated one.
Be a worthy support to the honorable,
Yeah.
while also seeking out corruption and rooting it out.
Yep.
Okay, a little open-ended. Now here's the question,
Yes.
because that seems really straightforward. Seems really easy. But in that regard, you've now made your ninja much more difficult. Because the whole point is you need to pick a ninja. What does your character long for, and what might impede your duty? So for my character, I want to find talented soldiers to join the Akodo army, but what I long for is to be a commander of my own forces. So what kind of personal interest would your character have that would prevent them from carrying out what their duty is? And this is the crux of the samurai drama setting. Is the personal conflict that a samurai faces between their personal interest and what their duty is.
I think it would be quite simple. I want to stand on equal footing with the truly honorable.
Okay. What is your character's relationship with their clan? Like, listed on here. Not every samurai lives and breathes their clan's creed, and individuals often diverge considerably from their clan on specific issues of philosophy, politics, or other personal matters. Now that you know who your lord is, does your character embrace their clan's ideals and goals, or do they find them in conflict with them? So what you'll choose is, if your character believes believes firmly in the precepts of their clan and values it holds dear, you gain 5 glory based on their reputation as an upstanding member of this community. So in my case, my character does, and he'll gain 5 glory. So that puts me at 49 glory. Does your character believe in the Scorpion clan and the values that it upholds? If your character is an individual that wants to stand among the truly honorable, does it consider what the Scorpion does to be honorable? Does it consider what the Bayushi clan does to be honorable? If you have a fundamental disagreement with your clan's beliefs, policies, or practices, and you have defied these in the past, you can gain a rank in a skill in which you currently have no ranks.
Now, were I to look at this through modern eyes, I'd say I'd say he would believe in it, but this isn't modern eyes. He would not. He would be at a fundamental disagreement.
Okay, so then you would take a rank in something that you that you are not currently skilled in.
Uh, Tactics.
Okay. Now, what does your character think of Bushido? All samurai are supposed to respect and venerate the code of Bushido, but some clans and families pay more attention to some tenets than others. You can see each clan's particular view on Bushido in their entries earlier in this chapter. So, back in the first question, when you were picking your clan, there is how each clan interprets the Bushido code. There are always a few samurai who refuse to believe in Bushido at all. So does your character agree with their clan's views, or does your character differ on certain points, or even disregard certain elements of Bushido? So I'm going to copy this page so I can come back to it. For the Scorpion...
I mean, I think at its core, the Scorpion doesn't agree with Bushido.
Scorpion has its own interpretation of it. I'm just scrolling back up to see if I can find it.
What does Bushido mean to your clan? Duty and loyalty is the core tenet of the Scorpion clan. They must be prepared to do and sacrifice anything and everything in service of the Empire. Honor and righteousness fall by the wayside for most Scorpions. While they are not wholly unimportant, obsessing over such matters would make vital tasks impossible.
So since your character is looking to be more driven by honor, would they would then disagree with the Scorpion's interpretation of Bushido? Is that correct? Or would that be a correct interpretation?
I think when it comes to just the black and whites of the Scorpion clan's interpretation of Bushido, he would probably diverge. Like, he agrees with some of it, but not all of it. So yeah, that would be diverge, since he is not wholly believing in it.
So if your character has come to the belief that other Scorpions have a flawed interpretation of Bushido, you would gain a rank in a skill that would best reflect past behavior that was benefiting of a samurai or deeply defied the norm of the Scorpion. So you would pick a skill rank in commerce, labor, medicine, seafaring, skullduggery, or survival.
I already have 2 ranks in skullduggery. I'll put it in survival.
Okay. I don't think you can take a skill above 2 anyway. I'm not certain on that. If your character's belief is in living by an orthodox interpretation of Bushido is very staunch, you gain 10 honor. But it's one or the other. It's not both.
Yep.
Okay, so I
Strengths
gain
and
10 honor.
weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses. This is where things get interesting. We're now going to pick, because I had mentioned before, there are instances where our duty is going to detract from what our personal desires are. Right? This
Yep.
causes stress. This causes strife within a character. And these are going to be more instances in which we can gain strife or relieve strife. So it's going to be very, very interesting from this point on.
Did we do school rank and roles yet?
School rank is 1, and role in your case would be whatever role your school would grant you. So ninjutsu plus...
Oh, shinobi.
Shinobi, yeah. I don't know if you took specifically a shinobi, like only a shinobi school or what have you.
The Shoshiro, I believe, is just Shinobi.
Okay. So, what is your character's greatest accomplishment so far? What is your character? How did they accomplish it? How did they accomplish it? Your character might have won a tournament or an event thanks to an innate ability, created a work of art that caught the eye of their daimyo, slain a remarkable beast on a hunt, or just taken the initiative to cultivate a politically advantageous marriage. It is like your character likely possesses some ability or strength of character that assisted in this noteworthy achievement, which you should also select at this stage. It can even be interesting to create a contrast between what the character thinks are their strengths and what these really are. Your character might not be aware of their own best quality, or they might mistakenly believe they succeeded for unrelated reasons. There are specific distinctions that you can look at on page 101.
101.
So 102 on the PDF. I almost fucked myself on this, and I did. God damn it. I think it was 93 that I was on.
Alright, so distinctions.
Yeah, so, allies, ambidexterity, various blessings on certain skills, a blackmail that you may have on somebody. A happy marriage.
Dexterity. And then, is it just the one, or
What do you mean?
the distinction? Just
Yeah,
the one distinction?
you just get the one distinction.
Uh, yeah, ambidexterity.
I'm going to pick Indomitable Will. Okay, so let me go back to the page I was on. Yes, I was on that page. What holds your character back the most in life? This would be your adversity. Many things are expected of samurai in the Emerald Empire, and nearly all samurai have some ongoing challenge in their life that makes these expectations harder to live up to. This might be a personality quirk, such as naivete, selfishness, or a bad temper, or it could be a physical ailment or disability. It might even be a spiritual vulnerability, such as a family curse. When choosing a challenge, you should select something that you think you will enjoy role-playing, especially at times when your character does not enjoy facing this difficulty. 117 on the PDF will take you to specific adversities.
Okay. Damn, a lot of these are just physical impairment.
Yeah, there's a lot of physical impairments, like clumsiness, blindness,
Lost arm or hand, a
lost armor.
fractured spine,
Yeah.
injured organ or heart.
Mm-hmm. disdain for a Bushido tenant, I think, is an interesting one.
Ooh. I know what I could do for this character.
Okay.
Lost arm.
How can you have a lost arm and ambidexterity?
I changed it to quick reflexes.
Okay. I hope you don't have a katana, because you're not going to be able to use that.
Katana is katana is one of the base items I got from my school.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, no. The way I'm thinking of it is part of the price he paid probably early on in his learning for trying to follow his personal goal was the loss of his arm.
I'm going to pick Sworn Enemy.
Ooh.
There is someone out in the world, and typically you would determine this entity with alongside your DM. But they're going to meddle in your affairs very often. So that'll be fun. And it'll be a challenge for me to attempt to remain rational in the face of dealing with this individual. So that's fun. Let me go back to the page I was on, and we'll go to question 11. What activity most makes your character feel at peace? Answer to this question could be anything from food and drink to specific activities. Certain material possessions or particular persons. Why does this character like or dislike these things? Does it stem from sharing the activity with a loved one in a past, or a seemingly spontaneous fascination with the subject itself? How has an enjoyment of this activity shaped your character's life? Have they made friends or enemies as a result of this hobby? Choose one passion advantage related to your character's interests or hobbies. There are specifics on 111.
On 11, so that would be 112 on the doc.
Yeah.
Specific passions.
And it's stuff like animal bonds, brushwork, craftsmanship. See what else we have here. Curiosity, daredevil, fashion, fortune telling, enlightenment, generosity, history, flower arranging, straight up sake.
Yes, my personal vice of choice. Alcohol.
I think my character would be relaxed the most by travel.
I'm gonna do brushwork.
Okay. What is this music I have going on right now?
Good question.
Something broke. Good. Alright. Come here, goddammit. There we go. Alright, let me find my PDF again. There we go. Back to page 92. Sorry, 94. We're on the next question now. So, what...
Alright.
Yep. What concern, fear, or foible troubles your character the most? Samurai are expected to maintain a controlled facade befitting their station at most times. But no human can avoid having some things that makes them anxious, afraid, or angry. Are your character's fears or frustrations derived from past experiences, trauma, or personal failure? Are they related to a person or specific event? Does your character fully understand the source of their emotional turmoil, or do they have trouble expressing or processing these feelings? As with the adversity you selected, you should select something that you think you will enjoy role-playing when it challenges your character. Specific anxieties is going to be on PDF 131. Starts on 131, I should say.
Oh, I know exactly. I'm gonna take Whispers of Treachery.
I'm going to take battle trauma. No, battle trauma was a bit much. Battle trauma was a bit much. Because I'm literally playing a warrior. And I would be at a disadvantage every time I fight.
The more I'm looking at my character, the more I'm realizing.
Ah,
The more I'm thinking, am I just making Naruto?
potentially. I'm not going to pick battle trauma. I'm going to pick delusions of grandeur. Since my character wants to be set up for great things, he believes.
Oh wait, I think Whispers of Treachery was a specific adversity, not an anxiety.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, starts at the end of the page. I was near the top.
Yeah, that tracks. Welcome back. Thank you, Roxas. Yeah, the wizards are trying to destroy my shit again. They can't stop us.
I would have laughed if you had just been cut off there and your internet died
I've been
again.
so pissed. All right.
Let's do.
When you have your anxiety set up, let me know.
Oh. Ferocity.
I had the same experience. I opened YouTube on my PS4 and it wasn't loading, so I went to my phone and said I had error message 429. What's error message 429? Somebody shot the server with a 12 gauge? That reference is a bit of a stretch. Anyway.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah. Apparently it means too many requests. Oh, so it's overloaded. So did you get your anxiety? Ferocity.
Yep.
Alright. Who has your character learned from the most during their life? Nearly every human owes some portion of their personality, strengths, and weaknesses to the people around them. And usually a few people in particular stand out as mentors. Although their influence is not always positive. Who has taught your character the most about life, for better or for worse? An instructor in your character's school might have set them on their current path, or a parent's influence might still guide their actions. Your character's lord might have served as a political mentor, showing them the value of compassion or of ruthlessness. Trying to find the actual thing here.
Goes under relationships.
Yeah, in the
apparently.
relationships section of the character sheet, which will be on the next
Oh, it's
page,
the
I believe.
character's name standing. Yeah. Right at the very bottom.
Oh, the second page or the first page?
First page.
Oh,
It's
first page.
the big thing is other character's name.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's called relationship right at the side.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep. Relationship section of the character sheet, record the name of the person for whom your character has learned the most, along with the nature of their relationship. Then choose one of the following options and gain the listed feature. One advantage related to your character's mentor and their relationship, and one disadvantage related to your character's mentor and their relationship. And one rank and a skill that your character developed as a result of your character's closest confidant and their relationship.
You either gain an advantage or a skill rank and disadvantage.
Yes.
I'd probably do a skill rank and disadvantage.
I might as well. I think I would make my individual in this case, my mentor in this case, a mentor from my school. Akoto Kitsuki, who was one of my teachers. And I would take the advantage of I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to jump to 137 and see if I can create one custom. See what I can do there. Oh my god.
I am not good at creating names.
Yeah. If it helps, pick a Japanese name. Make one up. Since all characters in this universe, unless they have a very specific disadvantage on them for having a gaijin name, all characters have a Japanese name. So creating a custom one's going to be a pain in the ass. I wish it was more specific on what advantage you could actually take.
I think it just says pick any of the ones that are pre-listed, depending on depending on the mentor and the relationship.
Yeah.
Me, for example, I decided this mentor would be a member of the Lion Clan, and I got a rank in fitness, and was delusions of grandeur and anxiety or an adversity?
It's an anxiety.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking through distinctions, see if I can find one that would work well. No, not that one. Oh, there we go. I will pick Bishamon's Blessing, which allows me to recover from exhaustion quicker. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Come on. There we go. Bishamon's Blessing. That is supposed to be a B. Okay. Bishamon's Blessing. There we go. So, back to... God damn it. Keep doing that. I have to remember to click... Oh my god, it didn't help. Are you serious? I have to remember to click off of the page. Or the game.
Yeah, I've been doing that too
Yeah.
sometimes. Just zooms out when I'm trying to scroll down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I believe that was question 13 for the mentor.
Yep.
Okay. So, what do people first notice upon encountering your character? We're now getting into physical appearance, personality, behavior, stuff of that regard.
Yes. This is personal accoutrement.
Yeah, so this will go under your personality, habits, and
Personality.
quirks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, let me read this here. In a given region, and especially within a particular clan, samurai are expected to behave, dress, and comport themselves in certain ways. Customs vary somewhat by region, and certain allowances are made for outsiders. A battle-hardened crab bushi on business in a crane court is hardly expected to be able to maintain perfect etiquette, although their manners are sure to be subtly criticized by the courtiers present. Within their homeland, however, any aspect of a character that veers from the norm, from slight oddities of appearance to trivial mannerisms, tend to attract attention. Character might stand out for their unusual looks, strange dress, or ancestry that can be traced to far-flung parts of the Emerald Empire, or even beyond in the case of some families. A minor behavior, like chewing one's lip when nervous or clasping one's hands to hide trembling fingers, can be a thing that others remember about a character. Perhaps the character always says the same thing when meeting a stranger. All these things add subtle depth to the character, and so does deliberate absence of memorable details. So yeah, you would record how your character would generally behave. Since I'm picking a this type of character, I want to portray him as soft-spoken, direct, and I would like to think he has a habit of I would say he has a habit of clenching his fist when frustrated. In addition to that, choose one distinctive aesthetic accoutrement that your character carries or wears most of the time, such as a scarf, hair ornament, engraved scabbard, eye patch, or what have you. Am I still here? It's been pretty quiet for a minute. Hello?
Hey, you're still here. I've just been thinking.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, there we go.
So... I'm thinking... It would be something he keeps displayed on his armor. So probably along his sword. I'm going to go with an engraved scabbard that he has for his katana. Did you come up with your stuff, Draco?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we'll move on to the next one
My
then.
Uses nails when he's nervous and has a shoddy bracelet on his one arm.
Okay. So the next question is, how does your character react to stressful situations?
Ooh.
Yeah.
How is that a question?
Although samurai are supposed to maintain proper decorum and conceal their emotions, few of them are truly able to control their feelings at all times. Even the most stoic and rigidly self-controlled samurai occasionally lets out a true sign of feeling, especially when they are being berated by their lord or treated disrespectfully by their subordinates. What emotions does your character show and why? What events or feelings can make them lose self-control? Conversely, what emotions can they always control no matter what? Describe a noteworthy physical response that your character has during times of stress. I've marked mine already as clenches fists when stressed. Your character bites nails when nervous. So that works out already. As your character strife approaches their composure, your character might display this behavior, and it could play a part anytime they unmask. Now, this is this is a mechanic I fucking love that they added to this system. Okay. Unmasking. Hitting your breaking point of stress. If your character goes through too much strife, you can choose in the middle of a scene to remove all of your strife and just fucking snap. Which could result in whatever task we're trying to get accomplished correctly, but could also mean a detriment to you later on either in the form of losing honor, losing glory, losing status potentially, gaining a new adversary. It's a really interesting mechanic that plays very nicely with how this, with the focus on what this system is. What are your character's pre-existing relationships with other clans, families, organizations, and traditions? So basically, you would just record any form of noteworthy history, quarrel, alliance, or grievance your character has with another group in the relationships section of our page. In addition to that, you can choose an item of rarity 7 or lower, whatever that means, that your character has received as a gift from one such group, took in battle, or otherwise relates to or symbolizes the character's past and ongoing relationship with them. And this is added to your starting outfit.
Well, I guess I can count the shoddy bracelet as that.
If you'd like. It would be an additional item, because it would be an actual, let me, what page is equipment on? I need to come back to 90, what is that, 6? 6. Let's see. 229 lists equipment. Rarity 7 or lower. I'm looking. Because it could very well be a weapon. Yeah, a standard katana would be rarity 7. If that helps.
Yeah, I think it would. Think it would be a katana.
Okay.
My character wouldn't be able to fucking use it, but
I'm going to double check that, actually. 'Cause it varies from system to system. I'm looking to see if katana is actually 2 hands. No, it can be used one-handed. If you use it two-handed, you increase its deadliness stat, but it can be used one-handed.
I don't think there's anything in the game that gives an increased deadliness one-handed.
No, it would just be a base deadliness. All weapons have a base deadliness. You could have yours be concealed armor, assuming you don't get that immediately.
Concealed armor? I do not get concealed armor, I think. Let me look at my gear. No, I do not.
Okay. Yeah, concealed armor is a rarity 4 item, so you would be able to grab that.
Considering what I'm thinking of for this item, probably wouldn't be concealed armor.
Okay.
It would probably just be like a ceremonial katana. Also, part of my school gave me a fucking bow that I can't use.
I'm going to say I have a level of respect with the Crane clan, and I have a set of ceremonial clothes that reflects that. Because I didn't want to be, like, too high on rarity of an item, but also not, like, straight up in-game armor benefit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have 2 katanas now.
Okay. What page was I on? I think I was on 95? Yep. 96, actually, but that's alright. So, we are now on the
Next
last
page.
page. We're now on the last page. We are approaching the end. So, how would your character's parents describe them? Parental devotion is an expected virtue in a land where the family, not the individual, is a repository for honor and reputation. However, despite this ideal, there are plenty of samurai who have a fractious relationship with their parents, or who offer outward veneration while concealing a lack of respect. Does your character have a proper relationship with their parents, or are they estranged? Was the character's childhood a happy one? Were they a torment to their parents, or vice versa? Are their parents still alive? I would say, being from the Matsu family, and the Matsu family typically being frontline warriors, and that's not what my character wants to be, I would say he is estranged from the Matsu family.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same on my end.
Additionally, gain 1 rank of 1 skill in which your character has 0 ranks. And determine whether your character parents approve of this extracurricular interest or see it as a regrettable deviation.
Uh, has to be rank 0.
That has to be something you do not currently have ranks in, yes. I'm going to pick culture.
Uh, I think I'll take a rank in command.
Okay. Now, command is not what it sounds like. I do need to point this out. Having read through the skills,
Oh.
command is when you speak to someone who is of a lower status than yourself and trying to convince them to do something. Courtesy,
Okay.
courtesy
Yeah,
is
no.
when you are trying to speak to somebody of higher status than yourself and trying to convince them to do something.
Uh, hmm.
For your character,
I
would it
might.
be would sentiment be a correct one?
Maybe. That sounds vaguely correct.
Okay. Who was your character named to honor when remembering or receiving or choose? Where did that go?
I I
There it
didn't
is.
do
There it is.
that.
There it is. I got yeeted. I might have on accident just trying to fucking re-click on the screen.
Yeah.
Alright. Come on, you turd. There we go. Who was your character named to honor? When receiving or choosing a name at their coming-of-age ceremony, many samurai adopt a name that honors a recent or particularly noteworthy ancestor. In the Emerald Empire, using a portion of an ancestral name combined with other syllables to change its meaning is one common practice for many families. Whose name is your character derived from? What was meant by the bestowal of this name upon your character? What did this person accomplish during their life? How did they die? How did they live? So on and so forth. The first thing you'll do is you'll roll a 10-sided die. So this is the only die we're going to roll for character creation. This is the only one. So I need to summon a 10-sided die because there's not one here on the table already.
We do have a couple bags of what's it called.
Yeah, those aren't numbered.
Oh,
Alright, so there's a die now on the table. I have it on the worksheet. Where is that table?
it does not
There it is.
say.
Got it. Got it. It's literally the next page.
Is it?
Yep. So you go and roll yours first.
Okay. We do it twice, if I remember correctly.
Yes, one for the actual heritage, or I'm sorry, one for the for what the individual was known for, and the second one for what that actually means for you.
Okay. 3, wondrous work.
One of your ancestors created a piece of great beauty that won renown for your family, and others expect you to live up to that legacy. So you start by increasing your glory by 5, and then you will get a random artisan skill by rolling again.
Okay. Roll a 10-side die. Oh, yeah. 6.
6, so you gain composition.
Composition. Oh, yeah.
Okay, my turn.
That
Accidentally lifting the thing. I just wanted to die. Thank you. 1.
1.
Famous
Famous
deed.
deed.
One of your ancestors won a great victory for their clan or even the emperor and was rewarded with an item of incredible quality. Increase your glory by 3. So my glory is now 52. And then roll a 10-sided die and add the resulting family heirloom to your starting items. 1.
1.
A weapon.
You get a weapon.
I will pick a katana. You choose one quality, and the GM chooses one quality from the list of item qualities on page 240. These are applied to the item. Ah! Okay, so let's go look at those.
Page
So,
240? That would be
241, yeah.
It probably makes sense for a katana.
Right. It would have to be qualities that a katana wouldn't already have. So I'm
Yes, and
pretty
that's
sure
ceremonial.
a ceremonial. It could be. It could be a ceremonial katana since it's an heirloom.
Well, ceremonial is already one of the qualities on the base katana.
Oh right. So yeah, its base qualities are ceremonial and razor's edge. So that was what 241. Yeah.
Yeah, 241.
So I would say it's probably resplendent. But damaged. I just realization now, Game Boy's Advance on Switch, Nintendo can release Mother 3. They probably will. They probably will. I mean, to be fair, it didn't take...
translating it first.
Yeah. To be fair, it didn't... we didn't get a US release of Trials of Mana until they released the fucking 3D version of the game. Which, that game is great, by the way. I love Trials of Mana. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doop. Okay, so yeah, I have a... What did I say it was? A resplendent and... What was the other one?
Damaged.
Damaged, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a resplendent, damaged katana to my gear. So I would not use this, but I would have it on me.
And we have personal name.
Okay, sorry. I have to go back to that page. Okay, yeah. After you have chosen the name of the ancestor your character's name honors, choose the personal name derived from it that your character is to be known by. It might be the same name or an alternation with significance to your character. This is the name that is recorded in the family register, replacing the name they used as a child. In the Rokugani style, the character typically is addressed by their family name with the appropriate honorific, but close associates may refer to them simply by their personal name. Right, so my family name would have been the Matsu family name.
Yes.
But my character's name, my personal name, would be... Akechi.
Are you actually?
Yep, I just went ahead and named him Matsu Akechi.
I remember. If
I'm
I
not
remember
sticking with
correctly.
that. I'm not going to play this character at all, but it's a fun little bit.
I was about to say, wasn't his original last name Matsuyoshi?
Oh.
Oh wait, no. Technically it was Goro, but
Right.
yeah. Oh,
And then we get to the last question. When you're ready.
yes.
How should your character die? All proper samurai fully expect to die in service of their lord, and it is said that every samurai lives at all times 3 feet from death, the length of a katana blade. However, some deaths have more meaning than others, and there are plenty of samurai whose outward facade of courage hides a deep-seated fear of mortality. How would you like your character to end? Will they fulfill their destiny and join their ancestors in Yomi, the realm of sacred ancestors, or will their soul be forced to undertake another cycle in the celestial wheel of reincarnation? I mean, you don't know about a collection of mana comes with Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret Mana, and Trials of Mana? I am aware that's a fucking emulator. Fuck you, fight me.
It is. I'm
Uh-huh.
not going to fight you.
It's an emulated version of that game. It is not a release. Okay? We did not get Trials of Mana until we got a 3D version of the game. They just emulated the fucking Super Nintendo version. And I know this because I've played a translated Super Nintendo version, and I played the Collection of Mana version. They're the same fucking game, and guess what? The Collection of Mana version runs like shit because it's fucking emulated poorly. I'm going to leave How Should Your Character Die blank because we're not going to be able to play these characters.
Yep.
But we now have our characters. This is our character builds.
Or level 1.
For level 1. Well, technically level isn't a thing. Wait, how can it be emulated? Are you kidding me, sir?
Maybe we shouldn't go on this tangent.
So you're aware of what the... I forget what they actually call it. Like their little arcade thing where there are a bunch of old games all plugged into the same fucking program.
Yes, I don't think they really give it a name. They just call it Nintendo Switch Online, NES, SNES, etc., etc.
Yeah. Those are all ROMs that are just uploaded to that program. Those are all emulators. Those are all emulations. And they run, like a majority of them, run worse than fan-created emulations.
To bring up a better example, Roxas, if you remember the what was it, like the NES, the SNES collection thing they released several years ago, that, yeah, just that.
I own a physical copy of Collection of Mana. Right.
The physical copy of an emulator.
That's all it is. If it's a 1-to-1 port, how can I put this that would be adequately described? It is not a re-release because they did not make proprietary setup that made use of. It's literally a fucking emulator because it has save states.
Yeah.
Collection of Mana has save states in it.
And a rewind feature.
And a rewind feature. It's an emulator. They just released an emulated version of their own game, and that's it. That sounds like... Yes, it is lazy. And that's why we hate Nintendo for continuously doing this shit.
It's the exact same as whenever a company releases the same game a year later, but it is just barely visibly better.
It's functionally worse than that, actually. Because at least somebody goes in on those games and makes actual improvements to those games.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the case for the Persona 3 Portable remaster, but
Oh no, I'm not going to say that at all because it's not. It's a remaster. The only thing you can do in a remaster is really touch up the graphics a little bit, but the engine isn't supported for a massive overhaul for modern graphics, that kind of shit. But it still requires some effort to go in and actually perform that change, even if it is only a visual change. That's all it is. We shouldn't hate Square Enix because they're the publishers. Yes,
Shouldn't
we should.
yeah.
Because guess what? Square Enix is also the developers of that game. So they have literally no excuse.
Yeah, no, the Persona 3 Portable remaster was just a straight up downgrade in everything. Because they used an AI upscaler for the backgrounds, which caused a lot of smudging,
That
and
tracks.
then they borked the audio,
That also tracks.
and then
I'm not
didn't
that... Go ahead.
and then didn't change the things that needed to be changed for the game, like manual skill inheritance.
So I'm going to go ahead and copy my ring stats over to the other side of my sheet here. Because they don't update on the other side. I feel like that's a failure of the PDF on this. It'd be really easy to program that. There we go. So the only things I'm uncertain of is how the techniques work. Because you would have to look up the individual technique and look that up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to avoid that. They wonder why we pirate. Yeah. There's no greater argument for piracy than literally Nintendo doing any goddamn thing. God damn it. So we had mentioned... Okay. So you have your endurance. And your endurance is basically your hit points. You'll add your earth and fire rings together and double them. So I have 10 endurance. So
I have 8.
I can suffer up to 10 fatigue. Your composure is how much stress your character can handle. How well can they maintain the mask that they've had?
Grand whopping
Yeah.
4.
Mine is 12. Focus, I will admit I do not have a full understanding of. But you'll combine air and fire, and that's just a hard number, -3. And vigilance is your air plus your water divided by 2, -2.
2.
And then void points, I don't remember how void points is calculated.
I would assume maximum is equal to your void.
I don't think so. I'm trying to look up where it is. Give me a moment here.
Void.
Well, emulation or not, I still have the game. It's BS how they do it. Until they decide you don't have it anymore. Which
Okay,
Nintendo does all the fucking time. That's why you're buying up everything in the 3DS shop.
A character begins the game with void points equal to half their void ring rounded up.
Alright, so 1.
Yeah. If
Okay.
a character's current void points equal their void ring, they cannot gain further void points.
Right, okay. So I have the list of the other two. Focus represents the speed in which a character reacts to known threats. When determining which character acts first in a structured scene by making an initiative check, a character's focus is often taken into account. And your vigilance represents your wariness and general ability to perceive threats in all spheres. A character's vigilance sets the target number to catch them off guard, as well as the target number to deceive, mislead, or otherwise use rhetoric to manipulate them when they aren't actively scrutinizing others. How can they not let me have it while I have it on cartridge? I'm sure that nowadays you could just put an update out that says the fucking thing doesn't work anymore.
That's how computer games act sometimes.
That is how computer games act sometimes. Why do you think it was so hard for me to find a fucking copy of Alpha Protocol? Okay, at that point, I think legality to sue them. Bro, you are underestimating Japanese lawyers. You couldn't get away with that here in America, but, like, it's weird how much shit they get away with in Japan. But anyway. So, getting to the game that we're trying to learn. I'm going to show how this system works. Because we've built a character and now we have our sets and we have our rings. How does this interpret to the game? So, I'm going to go ahead and delete this because we don't need that worksheet anymore. We don't need that worksheet anymore. Draco, if you want to go over back to your first page so you can pull up all your skills and such.
I would like to lift my page. There we go.
Your character, everything in this game, from social situations to combat, is done with checks. Just like in any other TTRPG we've learned up to this point, everything is performed with a check. A check is determined by what I had mentioned before, a D6 and D12 success-failure style of system. You have to roll a certain number of successes using the dice you have available in order to succeed. So let's say, and I'm going to pull out the necessary dice for this. Let's say, Draco, we're running a session. I'm just running a one-shot for your character. And it's just your character that's playing. let's say your character wants to... what's the situation I can come up with? Actually, let me switch over to the DM roll. I can pull something up real quick. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you an example, and you just run with it as you see fit, okay?
All right.
Okay?
I assume I will be needing these.
Yes. Those dice that I pulled out, that is all the dice you will need for any scenario I throw at you. You
All
are
right.
in Scorpion Lands currently. Your current objective is to try and hunt down a particularly corrupt individual who has been attempting to harass the Fox clan, a minor clan that lives out towards the islands to the east, and has been extorting them for large amounts of money. While this individual is a prominent individual, you know you will have to deal with them. But he has been keeping himself hidden and secret. You do not know specifically where he is. What would you like to do?
Excuse me while I look up what the meaning of skullduggery.
Skullduggery, I have just as a general understanding of general rogue skills.
Underhanded or unscrupulous behavior, trickery. Okay.
Yeah, trickery, stealth usually goes into this. Things of that design. So,
So the guy is being hidden.
the guy is hidden. You will need to find where he is.
Probably could probably do either skullduggery or survival, maybe.
Well, tell me what your intent is. Like what are you looking to do? Are you trying to find out what his location is?
Yes, I'm trying to find out his location.
Okay. How are you looking to do this? Are you just going to be looking for clues, or are you looking to ask questions?
Ask questions, probably throw a bribe in. A bribe in or two.
Okay, so you're going to be looking for higher ranked individuals then. You're looking for a person in which you're looking for a person of position, potentially one of his bodyguards or one of the other samurai in town that could potentially have some information for him. So for this, since you are trying to investigate via questioning, you would use the social skill of courtesy, since you're trying to speak to someone of a higher standing than yourself.
I have courtesy too.
So, and since you're trying to produce information, it would be an incite approach, because you're trying to bribe people. So how this will work is the white dice represents your skill ranks, and the black dice represents your ring ranks. And you would roll a number of skill dice equal to your skill, and a number of ring dice equal to your ring.
Okay. And because this is... Would this be courtesy trick for air?
This would be courtesy incite.
Okay, so fire.
Yeah.
So that's... I have 2 ranks. That's
Because you're not
white
trying to
dice.
con someone out of information. You're like, hey, I have some extra coin here. Maybe you can tell me what I need to know.
So because I have courtesy 2 and fire 3,
You would
it
roll.
would be 2 white, 3 black.
Yes.
And then roll all of them.
Okay. That is 3 successes and an opportunity. The key for this is going to be on the bottom left hand of your character sheet.
Okay, success, 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 opportunity. Okay.
You two heard of Eternal Ring? No, I've not heard of that. Or at least it doesn't ring a bell. So, with that in mind, so you do succeed on the check because you pass what my target number I set for this was, which was 2. This samurai, I'm sorry, because you're trying to incite him, he actually has I cannot fucking talk good, I'm sorry.
Ihuha him.
He has a vigilance score, and that's what you're trying to surpass. But you rolled a 3, so you hit it. But in addition to that, you also get an opportunity. You get to dictate an additional benefit that is not directly correlated to gathering information.
So, So my information gathering was where is the location of the man.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would take my opportunity to learn his schedule.
Okay, yeah. So in that would be an acceptable opportunity. So in addition to figuring out where this individual is hiding, you now also know what his movements are going to be and can anticipate and move accordingly. And this is the crux of how this system works. Now, there are some other specifics regarding combat, and if you get certain opportunities while using attacks or what have you. But this is basically the crux of the system. You roll so many successes, it progresses the story in the manner that you want it to progress. And when you roll opportunities, you get chances to add to the story further in manners that you see fit. Now, the only thing you didn't roll on this, which I was kind of hoping you would, let's see if we can get one. There are those fire symbols on the dice that I know you can see.
Yeah, strife.
Strife. When you gain strife...
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. When you gain strife, it goes towards your... I believe you can choose for it to go towards your composure. And when your strife is equal to or greater than your composure, you have the opportunity to unmask. I believe in actually playing the game, when it comes to... am I on the right page? I'm not on the right page. Nope. Okay. There is a method for how dice rolling works in which it also has like a Yahtzee mechanic. You can choose which dice to keep and which... so if you like roll... I'm trying to figure out where that is because I could not determine that previously. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm trying to find where this rule is. Can I open this back up, please? I literally can't find it. Fuck. Yeah, I can't find it now. I know there's a rule in place to where like you can keep certain dice or re-roll dice if you have the opportunity to, but I cannot find it now, and it's going to drive me nuts. Is it? Yeah. So while the system does have a lot of cool things going on, there's still a significant amount I was not able to fully understand before this new 52. But this is everything I understand regarding like the base and the crux of the system. New 52 like DC. That is the pun I went with. Yes. We learn a new TTRPG every week for the next year. And this is the third one. Where are we at on time? Okay. We're going to... let me see. I guess I'll try and hunt down this rule, because I cannot fucking find it. I need to be a little bit better prepared for the next one. I cannot find this rule. I'm sorry. Give me a moment. Scenes and conflicts. Here we go. Here we go. You know they're doing another reboot? I wouldn't be surprised because the new 52 flopped. I don't care. Because I don't read comic books. But I'm not surprised. How do you do checks in this game? Where is it? Oh my god, why is this so hard to find?
Where are they?
No, they already had a reboot after New 52. This is a reboot after this one. I don't care. I don't know how else to fucking put it. I don't care. It's comic books. DC's taking a little too hands-on approach with their comic books and just really shafting everybody who writes for them. So, I don't care. As long as they don't put Jason Todd back in the fucking pill helmet, it doesn't matter. Can you please show me how skills work in this fucking game? No, you refuse. I am so many pages down now, and I cannot find it. I found it so much earlier before, and I cannot fucking find it. Making a check. Here we go. Alright, I finally fucking found it.
Huzzah.
So you would select the number of dice equal to your ring value to keep. That's what it is. So out of the dice you rolled, you would pick 3 dice in this particular check to keep.
So, because this one was technically a nothing, I could choose to not keep this one.
Right.
Granted,
And you would also
nothing.
choose not
That's
to keep...
literally nothing.
You would also choose to not keep the opportunity. But for this example, we made use of it to kind of show how the system works.
Yeah.
And then there's an additional symbol called explosive success.
Which...
And when you get an explosive success, you get an opportunity to roll an additional die. I don't think the skill dice has an explosive success on it.
It does. I can see it on this one.
Yeah, there it is. It's an explosive success and strife. Yeah.
Whereas
this one, yeah, this one does have an explosive success on it. Somewhere.
I saw it.
There we go. So rolling an explosive success allows you to roll an additional die to see if you can get the additional successes you may or may not need. And I believe when you get a successful explosive success, yeah, when you get an explosive success, you roll an additional die of the type that had rolled the explosive success. So if you get an explosive success on a skill die, you roll another skill die. If you get it on a ring die, you roll an additional ring die.
Okay. Oh, it's red now.
Yeah, I can play with the colors. I just wanted to see if that would how that would change it. That tells me that you're actually well thought out dice. Like for textures. Okay. So I think yeah, that's everything that I have about this system. Specifics regarding abilities and such is going to be specific to the abilities. As usual, I will upload this to YouTube, and I will have a link to where I got the PDF, because this book is no longer in publication. I will get a link to where I found the PDF in the doobly-doo.
In the dababa.
In the baba. So if you're interested in checking this game out for yourselves, this is one of the few TTRPGs that I found that is actually runnable for one player. Not one person sitting down trying to play the game by themselves, but like a game master and one player. This is one of the few TTRPGs I found that is viably able to be played by a single player. So, yeah. I'm going to find us somebody to raid, because I'm suddenly extremely hungry. I need to go eat something. I was going to go check to see with the roomie what we're going to be doing tomorrow. But thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me. How old is this game? Actually, this game's age isn't as much of a problem as you think it is. This game, what the rules we just read is the 5th edition version of this game. And this game has been around for a long time. But the 5th edition rules, I think, only started production in like 2017 or something. And just because it uses a proprietary dice system, and it's more roleplay heavy than a lot of the other more casual games that exist out there. It just didn't take off in popularity, and Fantasy Flight, who is the publishers for the game, just decided to stop printing it. Which is a shame, because again, it's a really interesting setting. They did the same thing for the Legend of the Five Rings card game. Actually, this game used to be a card game first and foremost, and it tried being a TTRPG, and it just didn't sell well enough for it to maintain. But it is what it is. The system itself and the universe is still really, really interesting to me, anyway. So, yeah, if anyone, yeah. If anyone is interested in checking this out, I'll put it in the doobly-doo. And now I have ads rolling. God damn it. But thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. Like Flesh and Blood. I will have to look up and see what that is. Let me see who we want to raid right now. Ashley's doing Fire Emblem. And we've got Gundam with her this week. Yeah, we're going to raid Ashley. We're going to raid Ashley. Ashley's usually very welcoming of us, and yeah, always nice to jump into some Fire Emblems.
Yeah, the DLC released like 2 hours ago.
So the Three Houses characters are stands now? Is that the DLC?
The three House Lords were one DLC ago. This is DLC Wave 2 now.
Okay, who's in this one?
Hector from Fire Emblem 7, Soren from the Ike games, and Camilla from Fates.
I didn't play Fates, but I know
Good.
I know there was people like chomping at the bit to get Camilla because I guess she's like waifu material for a lot of people. I assume Dami Mommy energy because people are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Dami Mommy Yandere
Great, pass.
with
I didn't like Yarja. I don't think I would like this person anymore. That's probably a hot take for some people, but anyway.
no, not really.
Yeah, we're gonna raid Ashy. Thank you so much, Draco, for sitting in with me on this today. I hope we got to learn enough.
New system, new first character to be an edgy bitch.
Indeed.
That's my philosophy. I learn a new system, I make a character that's an edgy bitch.
But thank you everybody for hanging out with us. I will see you guys. Let me see. We're off tomorrow, Friday. We're going to be taking a look at Dark and Darker, which is currently on the Next Fest for Steam. The demo is out for it right now. So we're going to be taking a look at that. I managed to play that game once before, and that game is fucking amazing. I am so eager to get back into playing that game on stream. I haven't booted it up yet, but I am already familiar with the game's previous iteration. What is it? It's a medieval Tarkov, and that's the best way I can put it. It is a fantasy game Tarkov. Drop in a map, loot, and try and get out. And it works really, really well for that formula, surprisingly. Like, combat is still fucking hard, but I can live with that because it's a fucking actually well put together fantasy game. So yeah,
Desperately resisting the urge to not hit the flip table button.
hit it. We're done here.
Whoa!
Have a good night, everybody.